Welcome back from an ad break. We will continue with our application questions under the topic human resources, specifically the fringe benefits and the salary determination methods. So question 3 reads as follows. It says here, explain the link between salary determination and the basic conditions of Employment Act. So what is the link between the two? Remember, you don't just wake up in the morning and decide to pay salaries and say everybody's going to get 300. No, you are guided by legislation, being the BCEA. All right, the second question says, evaluate the impact of fringe benefits on the business. Right, let's start with the link between salary determination and BCEA. Right, BCEA outlines the legalities such as the employment contract which may affect salary determination. Remember, with the Basic Conditions of Employment Act, it states that the salary needs to be stated clearly on the contract. So you can't say upon the payment of salaries and then you decide now to give me what you did not state on the contract. So you've put that, we've agreed upon that, and both the employer and employee have signed the contract that states whatever amount of money that I'm going to be paid. So that is the link between that. It outlines the legalities such as the employment contracts which may affect salary determination. Right. Secondly, payment of salaries should be based on whether the employee is permanent or employed on a fixed contract. So with a fixed contract, you are employed, and then for, let's say, a duration of 12 months, and then after the 12 months, maybe the contract can either expire or it's being renewed depending on the employer. And then whereas with permanent, you don't have to sign any contract there. You are employed on a permanent basis. So definitely even the salaries are not going to be the same, because even the deductions and all those, the benefits maybe, are also not the same. So payment of salaries should be based on whether the employee is permanent or employed on a fixed contract. Then you go to the third one. The third one says the BCA sets out conditions that ensures fair labor and human resource practices. Lastly, according to the BCA, please take note that we're referring to that. According to the BCA, businesses may use different remuneration methods to pay employees. So we are allowed to either use time-related, it's time-related, don't forget, remember we said we've got two time-related, or what is the other one? Yes, it's the piecemeal method. It's the piecemeal, my apologies. My spelling is wrong. It's the piecemeal method. Remember, time related, you are being paid according to the number of hours spent at work, but with piecemeal, you are being paid according to the number of units or items produced in the workplace. So we are being guided by the legislation to say we can do that. We are allowed to do that. Right, question 3B says, evaluate the impact of fringe benefits on the business. So the minute they say the impact, now we are looking at the positives and the negatives. Right, so what are the positives of fringe benefits? I always say this, that who wouldn't want to work for a company that offers fringe benefits? I mean, if they're going to offer you a car, maybe they are offering staff discounts, maybe they are offering pension funds, all of those things. So they are attracting a whole lot of employees, a whole lot of candidates. So that improves productivity and it results in higher profitability because we are working faster. So if we are working faster, it means more people are buying, and then that will result in what? In higher profitability. It attracts qualified or skilled and experienced employees who may positively contribute towards the business goals or objectives. Right, we're looking at the negatives now. Businesses who cannot offer fringe benefits, they fail to attract the skilled workers, because skilled workers, they mostly want to go and work for companies that are offering the fringe benefits. So it becomes difficult for that business to retain the skilled workers. Right. However, also it can also create conflict or lead to corruption if it is allocated unfairly. So unfair allocation of the fringe benefits causes conflict because employee one would ask that why is it that employee two got a car allowance and yet I did not get one? Why is it that that one is able to get a medical aid, but yet I do not get? Why is it that the other one is getting 15% staff discount, but yet with me I get only 1% staff discount? So if the fringe benefits are allocated unfairly, then that could cause conflict. And we know what happens with conflict. Conflict can affect productivity, because there are conflicts in the workplace, there's disagreement, and that will have an impact on how we are working on productivity. And if there's an impact, it will result in instead of higher, it will be lower profitability, basically, and we do not want that. All right, we are going to our last question. It says, state the legislation implicating the human resource manager of Luca traders in each statement below. Right, you need to remember all the legislations that have an implication on human resource management. Right, human resource managers should ensure workers must receive double if they work during holidays. All right, I'm sure already this rings a bell. Human resource managers must ensure workers who perform the same duties are compensated equally, so equal payment here. Here we're talking about working during holidays, that you receive a double pay, right? Those are the keywords. Human resource managers have to ensure training is formalized. So training here basically is the keyword. All right, so we need to come up with the solutions for this. Like I said, those are the keywords that I've given you. So state the legislation. I'm sure you have the answers. Right, let's go back again and try and answer. It says here, human resource managers should ensure workers must receive double if they work during holidays. So which legislation comes to mind? Yes, you are correct. It is the BCEA. You can write it in full. It's the Basic Conditions of Employment Act. Right, we move on to the second question. Human resource managers must ensure workers who perform the same duties are compensated equally. So equal pay for work of equal value. What comes to mind? Yes, that is our EEA, which is Employment Equity Act. Then we move on to the last one. Human resource managers have to ensure training is formalized. Like I said, training is your keyword. Therefore, what comes to mind? It's SDA. What is SDA? This is your Skills Development Act. So we've come to the end of the application questions. We're going to go on to our quick break, and then when we come back, we wrap up everything. I'll see you just now.